Welcome to Sistah Speak The Last of Us, where we discuss the HBO Max original series, The Last of Us, from a sister's point of view. I am Sistah LM.
I'm Sistah J.
I'm Sistah A.
And I am Sistah K. And welcome to episode number 13. Let's get started. Woohoo! Welcome,
family.
Sistah Speak family. We are back on schedule this week for another fun episode. Well, another intense episode of
another episode.
Yeah, I had to switch that.
Not fun.
Yes. Before we get into it, let's talk about what we are lipping, sipping, and swagging with tonight.
I will start us off this episode. Oh, they needed some camo in their life. So I have on our Sistah Speak camo baseball fitted cap. Love it. Very comfy. And then I also have on our Soul Sistahs bangle bracelet. And then for my drink, I have my Sistah Speak Yeti.
Nice.
The bright cocaine white.
What?
How about just Snow White?
Yeah, what happened to just regular old Snow White?
I know what cocaine look like.
What kind of show are you going to be talking about today?
What you been watching after last of us?
What you doing up there in Detroit?
Woo! Okay.
Oh, she must have been watching Raising Canaan.
Or something.
They just got that new shipment.
Didn't they?
Oh, Lord.
Didn't they?
Oh, boy. Spoiler alert.
Ooh, we starting off the bat, boy.
We are.
Oh, babe, you started off with it. Look, we don't need no investigation over here.
No.
Yeah.
Keep us out of it.
Keep us out of it. Yeah. Inside of my white Yeti, I have some sweet tea, black sweet
Ooh, okay.
tea with lots of ice. And then on my lippy, I am layering today.
Okay.
So first I have some MAC lipstick. This is in their matte collection. And it's like a deep plum purple called P is for Potent.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then it is like kind of drying though. On top, I pulled this out. I rarely ever use this. This is also MAC. It's a lip gloss from their Stranger Things collection.
Oh.
Uh-huh. And it's like it's a lime green
Wow.
type gloss.
Fine.
Wow.
Yes.
Is it
lime.
sticky? Is it sticky?
I feel like all MAC lip gloss is sticky.
Okay.
A
Okay.
little bit. Mhm.
Yeah. And it is called Marvelous Max.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Well, they work well together because I wouldn't
Yeah,
guess you
it
had
looks
that on
good.
top.
Mm-hmm.
Does look good.
Thank you. That's it for me.
Okay, for me, I'll start with my bling. I too have my little camo hat on, Sistah Speak camo hat on, because I had to hurry up and do it. I have my beautiful long sleeve Sistah Speak t-shirt. I rolled up sleeves.
Rolled up.
Because it's cold down in Dallas today. It's cold. Anyway. And then I have two of my mine's silver. Sistah Speak Soul Sister bracelet. Yeah, there you go. But mine's silver because it matches all my silver stuff. For my hydration, I have my beautiful bright red Yeti tumbler. Thank you, little D. And in here I have some, what do I have in here? Oh, I have some black cherry Kool-Aid.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Sounds good.
My fave Kool-Aid. and it's sitting up on my big ass Dallas size coat.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. For my lippy, I pulled out my Buxom today. I needed some tingle. This is Buxom lip gloss. And
right.
this one is called Victoria.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Okay.
I like that one.
Nice.
It
It's
is.
nice and neutral, but it's just a little bit mauve-y. And then, speaking of mauve, I have my Avon Glimmer Sticks lip liner, a different one. This one's called Mysterious Mauve.
Ooh.
I'll show you this one. It's really pretty. See that?
Oh, I need to get that one.
It's
nice.
really nice. And it goes with any like mauve or purpley or
Because I usually wear mauves. So
yeah.
I need
I
that
do
one.
a lot. I wear Victoria a lot. So it's almost I'm having to scrape. That's it for me.
Okay, I'll hop in next. For my drink tonight, I've got my Sistah Speak Bank Yeti
Yep.
with some nice cold ice waters in there. I'll take a little sip.
And a lethal straw.
And a lethal straw
That thing is huge.
that
thing
isn't even extended.
It will put your eye out though. Dang.
Well, they'll put her eye out with them.
Her
fake
eye.
glasses.
Right.
These are not
Protected.
safety glasses.
No, they are
sure
not.
ain't.
I
They're not
forgot.
even real.
I forgot.
They're giving away all my
You're not
secrets.
supposed, yeah,
tonight.
you're not supposed to say that.
Fine. Anyway,
How can you not tell? You see straight through her eyeball.
no
Ain't no
glare.
shining, no glare, nothing.
Yeah,
No
no
glare.
glare.
No glare.
Okay.
No glare anywhere. Okay,
They're cute, though.
I'm
Mhm.
sitting on my my turkey coaster.
Yeah, the full
'Cause
turkey.
Those things be out in the street gobbling.
Have you had? They do be in those Boston streets.
Yesterday
Yeah.
there was one out gobbling.
A sighting.
Oh my
God.
I didn't see it, but I heard it.
And you mean
Oh.
you don't have dogs in the neighborhood trying to chase them or nothing?
We got dogs, but they're all on leads.
Okay.
Do you have coyotes?
We do, but I've never seen one on my street.
Okay.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
them
'cause
turkeys
them
is roaming
turkeys
free,
be wild.
honey. Them coyotes would
Well,
be fat and happy if they
The
was.
way them Boston turkeys are, though, I think the coyotes would be scared of them.
Yeah.
They are fierce and they travel in
Yes.
packs.
Yeah. And
They're
mean.
big. They
And
are
they're
big.
They're
Yeah, they're
big,
mean.
yeah.
Woo.
I stay out of their way.
Mhm.
I also have, if I get a little extra parched, I have a Schweppes black cherry salsa
Ooh.
for some bubbles.
I've
Mhm.
not seen that.
Oh, it's very nice. Yeah, Schweppes
Except
makes
for-
a couple of nice flavors.
I love the black cherry flavor, like
too.
anything.
I
Yeah.
like the cherry
Yeah.
flavor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For my lippy today, I've started off with my Sistah Speak Chapstick Prep and Chap. This color is called Strawberry Ice Pop.
Okay.
And then I have on my lips, this is straight up The Last of Us, episode 4. This maker is called Urban Decay. Like
Yeah.
these Seattle streets.
Perfect.
And this color is called Crisis.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Perfect.
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 I gotta wear that
Perfect.
tonight because
That's
this
right.
good
episode
though.
That's perfect.
crazy.
Yeah, that looks
Very
good. That looks good.
Mhm.
And then for my Sistah Speak swag, I too have my Soul Sisters bracelet on. Thank you, Sister LM. I have on today my rose gold script Sister A necklace. Thank you, Sister K. And of course, I too have my camo baseball hat to try to hide from these creatures and humans and all kinds of stuff.
Wolves.
Oh,
The
everybody.
wolves
Them clickers.
and the scars and
All
Bernard.
All
All of them.
Mm,
That's
all
it
of
for me.
Okay, I will go for my bling. I too have my beautiful Soul Sister bracelet. Mine's in rose gold. Thank you, Sister LM. My permanent swag underneath and
yeah,
my camo hat.
your tattoo looks new though. For it to be so old. I mean, it's
Good.
really.
I mean, it looks good on
It hasn't
camera,
faded or
but in
nothing.
person-
Mm-mm.
Well, it's kind of fadey in person, but it looks really
Is
good
it?
there.
Okay, because it looks
yeah.
really
It
Sharp.
doesn't.
I keep it
Yeah.
moisturized.
No, when
Okay.
I last
that's
saw
good.
you, it didn't look faded.
It didn't? Okay.
Yeah, because it looks really good.
I keep it moisturized and hopefully sharp on the skin. I don't have any necklace on, but I do have my camo cap.
Oh,
So
I
I
forgot
can
my
hide.
necklace. I got my J on. Thank you, Sister A.
For my hydration, I have my beautiful black original.
Oh,
Yeti.
yeah.
OG.
LM, my OG, my sister name on it.
That is pretty. Wow.
I love the
Nice.
silver and the black.
Me too.
So nice.
Shop.
Very sharp.
Ah! And then my regular straw, though it's kind of lifted. I have some Sprite in there with
Ooh,
some
nice.
peach.
Okay.
Okay.
Have y'all
Seraphites.
noticed your OG Yetis have a different surface? They feel like they're padded on the outside.
Yes. I
Where,
have.
like mine's a newer one because I just got this like Christmas and it's like metal
They
feel.
changed.
Yeah, they
interesting.
changed
The
it.
process.
I noticed
Mhm.
that because I have an
Okay.
older one too, and I said, wait a minute, that feels padded, you know.
Mhm.
Different. Feels a little
Yeah.
different.
Yep.
That's why the OG ones are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And that is sitting on, haven't changed yet, my beautiful, cute little Grogu coaster.
That is really
Love
cute.
it.
Love
There's
that.
some nice coasters.
Channeling, I need some Andor
So
ones
cute.
because I'm really liking Andor.
Oh, yes. I watched
right now.
episode 2 and a good recap of season 1, so I'm back on track.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. It gets really good episode 3, though.
Okay.
Anyway. But 2 was good. Anyway, I'm on my lipstick. Okay, for my lippy, I
I've
had
been
to
waiting
go
on this.
dark. 'Cause
Right.
I'm still in mourning
I'm
and I'm
loving
trying
it.
to hide out.
Yes.
I
in the
like the dark
So,
on you,
Me
though.
too.
This is totally different process than I normally do. This is all basically the lip liner.
Aha.
And
Oh.
it is a NYX Line Loud lip pencil in the color of Rebel Kind. And it is dark. It's like a brownish. You look
Yeah.
at it, but on the lip, it's really dark.
Okay.
And this thing is like a dark pencil. And the weird thing about it is it's got this little thing on the bottom that you can turn, but this thing don't lift up by itself. You got to actually sharpen it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
the
not.
point?
I thought that was supposed to be for a self sharpener, like on the end.
Is it? Well, I can't get it
come
off. If it is, it's real tight. I'll have to get some pliers. Maybe that's what it is. But there is something here. There is something that either turns or is supposed to come off, but I can't get it off. So I had to find my little sharpener. Sharpen this sucker. But it comes out really nice. And then on top, because I couldn't go without no gloves, I got my Fenty Beauty. My Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fuchsia Flex.
Oh.
It is such a nice sparkly color.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't tell because I'm kind of far from the camera, but it's very sparkly.
Okay.
It's a purple sparkle gloss, but just to
It's a
give me
very
some
good combo.
Yes.
I like that dark, though.
Me too. So when you filled in your lips with the lip pencil, you didn't just do an outline. You like really filled them in.
I filled
Yeah.
it all the way
Build
in.
it in. Okay.
Okay.
Really
that'll
nice.
work.
This is a very creamy lip liner. So it goes on real easy. It's not like some of them are kind of hard.
Yeah,
like,
some of them
they
are dry.
stutter. They're dry. This one's more creamy and moist. So it goes on real easy. But once it's on there, it's on there.
Yeah.
I
I say it
like
almost
So I had
looks
to put-
Yeah,
dark.
I like
purple.
that.
Maybe because
Yeah.
of the gloss on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It is.
Thank you. Because I had to hide out from these suckers.
Totally.
I can't be in, first of all, I can't be in the apocalypse with dry lips. I'll be
No.
looking like one of these clickers or something. Second of all, I can't do my signature pink because they'll get me out them
Yeah, they
foliage. They'll find me in the foliage, so I gotta go dark. All right, so on to episode 4, day 1. called Day One, and we start off, which I missed kind of. I was like, wait, what was the date? 2018.
2018.
Yep, 2018. In Seattle. And we see this troop of soldiers
Mm-hmm.
in a big armored truck.
Mm-hmm.
Chit-chatting, shooting the back, shooting the freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a tank?
Yes, it was a tank.
Or something.
A tank.
Okay. And they're talking, swapping stories, and that story was kind of interesting because they're talking about this other soldier who obviously isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
One soldier's telling a story about this other soldier who he's probably told it about 1,000 stories about this soldier because all the rest of them seem to know the guy's name, but they don't know the guy. And they're talking about the citizens they call voters.
Yeah.
And how one of the sergeant, the little soldier next to them didn't know the word, was it dissemination?
Well,
Yeah, dissemination.
Something like that.
Yep.
Dissemination.
Yep.
And of course they all laugh. And then one of the younger soldiers says, well, why are y'all calling the people voters? And they tease him and go, don't worry about it. That's just what we call them. And then the camera goes over and we get to see Bernard.
Bernard.
Jeffrey Wright. I know, but I have to go with Bernard. I love Bernard.
Me too.
I miss Bernard.
Me too.
He ain't Bernard in here, though.
I know he's not. But we see Bernard, aka Jeffrey Wright.
Yes.
And he is obviously their leader of their little group, of their squad. And he explains why they're called voters. It was to mock the citizens and the fact that they had no rights to vote anymore.
Yes.
And they called them that just to make fun of them and to throw it in their face.
Yep.
And then you can tell he's obviously irritated by the fact that they're telling the story and laughing. So I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden the truck stops. They're all looking. There's a big bus. So the driver can't go forward anymore. Bernard, I don't know the dude's name. What is his name in the show?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We can call him
We
Bernard.
need to move it along,
Thank
though.
Bernard
Well,
says,
before you move
okay.
it along a little bit, during that part, though, a little bit about the voters, I was irritated.
I was too.
Because I'm like, here we go. A writer sneaking in their little
There you go.
agenda and
Because you know that's
message.
what it was for.
I was irritated.
And I wasn't the least bit surprised when he turned.
Mm-mm.
I was.
I wasn't.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
When Bernard turned?
Yeah. It was not so, but because it was the way he was looking at the men while they were still in the tank. And the way it was just the way to me he behaved. I thought, see, he's telling the kid, why they call him those, but he don't agree with none of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't surprised.
Which is why he called the kid out, I think.
Of course it is.
Save him, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but he called the kid out because number one, the kid didn't know no better. Number two, he could mold the kid. He couldn't mold them other ones because they was already setting eight stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, so the bus is across the road. Obviously, it's a roadblock, and you're like, I'm thinking back the shit up, but he says, no, park, I'm gonna get out, and I'm thinking,
and get out, not just get out, but by myself get out.
Yeah, by myself.
That's when I knew he's meeting somebody they didn't know about.
Yes.
Yep.
He didn't want them to hear.
No, and he says, okay, kid, come with me. Y'all stay in the truck.
He says, so you can learn something. Yeah. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah.
But it was smooth the way he did, though. He walked up. There's a whole gang of folk. This woman, little bitty old woman, come walking out. He says, are you whatever her name is? She said, yes. Are you? He said, yes. Okay, nice to see you.
Shake hands.
Shake hands. He smooth jack walks back to the van. Boop, boop, drops in a couple of grenades and locks the door on him.
Closes the door.
Peace out.
Oh, shit. Now, that part was a surprise to me. I knew he was meeting them on purpose, but the fact that he just went boop, boop, and shut the door, I was like, oh, damn.
I was shocked.
The little soldier guy is shocked, of course. He's pointing the gun. I'm thinking, boy, you better put that gun down before he shoots
I know.
you.
Right.
You're lucky he spared your life.
He thought better of it. Yeah. He thought better of it because, you know, because he did
even
spare
shot
his
the
life.
driver when the driver fell out the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
His name is Isaac Dixon on the show.
Isaac. That's his name. Isaac.
Okay. Dixon.
Thank you.
Dixon.
Isaac.
Thank you, Sister A. And then we move forward to present day, 11 years later. Excuse me. And we see Elle and Dina still on the horseback in the city, which we said last week. They would definitely be on horseback in the city.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, though, I was bored with this episode. And I have to say, though, for me, this is just me personally. Watching it is not the same without Joel. It just isn't for me.
Not.
Yeah.
It's not. That's
I know. Yeah.
I do miss Joel.
Yeah.
Me too.
I was thinking that we
But
would
I
have
just
a
miss
flashback
that whole
here and
dynamic,
there.
like in Jackson and all of it, you know? Anyway.
Were you bored the whole episode?
I was bored pretty much the whole episode because, in my opinion, we're going to have the rest of the season where they crawl into little spaces, they get, you know, run over by whatever, and they crawl in another little space. I mean, the whole time they're going in, I'm thinking, y'all stupid. Y'all don't even know where you're going, first of all. Anyway, I was just irritated the whole episode.
Okay.
It really was. Okay, go ahead.
So they find the spot. Well, kind of look like the spot where Isaac Bernard killed those other dudes, but probably wasn't. They see a big ass tank. Elle wants to go see what's in the tank. Oh no, actually before that, they went into a Dina was in a drugstore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Searching for stuff. A pharmacy. And Elle was waiting outside, like watching guard. And of course, Dina's looking at all the medicines and she stops and I was like, ooh, what's she looking at?
Yes.
And later we find out it was a pregnancy test. But
y'all were right.
She yells to Elle, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be out in a minute. So that's when your clue was like,
yeah. You know.
But then they go and find that tank and Ellie's like, I want to go see what's in the tank. So she climbs up there, opens the lid, and just drops it. I'm like, girl, come on, what you doing?
But that's because, but I thought that was pretty realistic because that thing was heavy.
Yeah.
And it looked to me like when she opened it up, I don't think she realized it was that heavy because it's a tank.
Yeah.
And that's why it blammed, like I think, you know.
I like Dina's reaction, like, what the fuck? And she's like,
they both
what the hell?
pull their guns out.
But making all that noise.
Yeah, but that's because them things go by noise, sound, you know. So hey, they pulled out Dina pulled out her gun quick.
That was a good reaction.
That was a good reaction.
As she's saying, damn, girl, you can't be any louder. Got it. So they decide to stay in that area for the night because it was getting dark or later in the day. I don't remember how they found the building that had the WLF and where they decided that they were going to stake it out.
Well,
I only watched it once.
As they was walking through, they was just looking for a building someplace that was big enough that they could put the horse inside because they didn't want to leave the horse outside. So, you know, they had to find a place that was big enough for the horsey.
Yes, that's right.
And then once they got in there, they could see like some old like remnants of like horse dung and stuff. So they knew, okay, you know, somebody else probably had a horse or some animal in there because once they took it all, and I mean, she walked a long way, it seemed to me, guiding this horse all the way around to the back. Didn't y'all think that? I think, well, wait, you going? But there was a big old thing of hay too, so the horse could eat.
Yeah.
I think it was grass. I think it was.
Well, whatever.
So what threw me off when she found the tank and like opened the top of it and she made a comment like, oh, someone was burnt in there or something. It's been 11 years. Shouldn't those bodies have decayed by now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't think it has been 11 years for that specific.
Yeah, I don't think it was that one because there was all these bodies outside of the
and
tank.
They
that
were
was
pretty
a new
skeletal, but they were still bony.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what was the purpose of showing the first scene though?
So we
if it wasn't that same tank and soldiers.
So that we knew
so we could see how the wolf
Bernard
started.
switched over from Fedra. See, and that's another thing, because we kind of forget. It's been a while since we've seen Fedra, but back in the first 2 or 3 episodes of the whole series, that's where Joel and them were at. They were in the Fedra camp, and they were so regimented and killing people if they were out after curfew. And
remember that?
Only doling out so much food. People were trying to escape Fedra, which is how the Fireflies came out to be. But it's been so long since we've seen it, I kind of forgot until I was watching. I was like,
okay.
Oh, wait, this is the same Fedra people that ran Boston.
Right.
Well, back when we were in Boston.
And this other group that he went to, they're a splinter group. They're the WLF group. The wolf group. So that 2018 is how they started.
Yeah, I think there's like an offshoot from Fireflies. It's another little group that popped up. And obviously these Scar people are a whole nother group that popped up.
Well, I was reading the description off of the TV app. And that group is called Seraphites. And evidently that's what they're, and that Scar guy, he was just like one of their leaders, but that's not the name of the group. The group is Seraphites. And they're a really violent cult to me.
Well, now we know,
Yeah.
Now we know.
We saw what they did,
Yeah. That was awful.
Yeah.
So they end up in the record store. Ellie goes upstairs. She finds a guitar that's pretty well preserved. She starts playing and singing, and then Dina comes in. I guess she hasn't heard her sing in a while or play. So that was kind of I like that scene.
I did too.
Me too.
It was nice.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah. It was a really cool shot. Yeah. Anyway,
fuck them kids.
I know you were. I already knew you were.
Get on with it.
I was like, Sister J is making a run to the kitchen right now.
You know I did.
Getting snacks.
Grab some wine, grab some snacks.
You.
I liked it. I
did.
That
I
scene.
did.
It was nice. A nice little, and because I think on top of Dina, we already know kind of likes Ellie too, but I feel like she was kind of thinking about Joel, and so was Ellie. And so that's why I liked it too, because we haven't seen any I thought there'd be a flashback of him teaching her.
I know.
Nothing.
No.
I need flashbacks.
He gone.
He had no flashback.
They said he dead.
He dead.
He dead.
We can't have no remembrances.
Nothing.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. So anyway, so after that, I think that's when they go out. They hear a lot of shooting noise, and I think that's when they go outside and notice the building that has the WLF at the top. They're going to go investigate.
Yeah, because they could see some smoke.
Yes.
Yeah,
because somebody's tearing somebody up.
Yeah.
Somebody trying to tear somebody.
And now I did like what Dina told Bellica. She told her, or Ellie, she told her the exact same thing that we said last episode. And that is, Ellie said, come on, we gonna go. She said, oh yeah, like we gonna ride up there in the broad daylight on a horse.
On a horse. Yeah.
Where they can see miles away. Yeah.
Right.
And they're high up.
Right.
Yeah. We already know she's impulsive. She don't think through.
Yeah.
Ellie would have been killed without Dina on this trip with her.
Okay.
Definitely.
She would have. She really would have.
Yeah, she would have. Then we get a scene with Bernard Isaac. and he's talking about how he used to like. I love this whole scene. I mean, there were parts of it I didn't like, but I was like,
of course, they wanted you to think that, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
What you thinking, Bernard?
But that was good torture, though.
What he said,
think about it.
He told him this William Sonoma. I was like, "Ooh, I love that store too."
I know.
But in the apocalypse, I'm gonna run in that store and give me a pot,
a copper pot.
Actually, Le Creuset. I would love to have some of those.
Ooh, those are so heavy.
Those are
they are heavy
and
but
expensive.
They're so nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he's talking about cooking for his date or whatever, and how he couldn't afford William Sonoma stuff and these beautiful copper pans. And he clicks on the fire. He puts that pan on the fire, and I'm thinking, what are you cooking?
Mm-hmm.
And then he turned around, this naked, skinny dude is sitting there. Like, what the hell?
I couldn't tell what was going on there.
I was like,
I knew it was torture as soon as he turned around.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
And I was like, bless this poor dude's heart. Why did he have to be naked? They could have put something on the man.
Because they're torturing him.
We don't need to see all that.
We didn't need to see all that.
It's HBO, y'all.
Right.
You know? Come on, man.
Jay, you know what it reminded me of?
Yeah,
that
and
scene?
Huh?
You remember that True Blood scene when Christopher Maloney was
that is
in True Blood.
Yeah,
Christopher Maloney from Law and Order was on there for one part of a season as a vampire.
Yeah.
And they had this man stretched out. Too. Yeah, he looked good in that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, anyway. But they had this man who was supposed to be their meal stretched out on this fucking table, butt booty naked. We were like, why do we need to have him naked? Like that didn't mean, like we knew he was going to get ate, but why did the poor man that was on screen for like 30 seconds have to be naked? We didn't.
Because it's HBO.
Yeah.
Right.
Skinemax.
Yep. They do that.
Flashing bits.
Yeah. And this poor dude, and he looked like he was his legs when he I was like, he
wasn't
so
much
skinny.
to him. Yeah.
He was really thin.
Yeah.
But he was good. He creeped me out.
Good. Yeah.
He had the scars.
But when what I thought about that whole scene was when you're a cultist, then you're a cultist. It don't matter what you doing to the person. I mean, because he was burning him. Mm-hmm. You could tell he was already beat up.
Right.
I mean, little whiplash, whips and blood, and all kind of lacerations and stuff, you know. And then you're gonna burn him.
But wait, no, he didn't just burn him. He said, "Hold your hand out."
Yeah,
that's like when you're getting beat and they tell you to back up.
Yeah.
And you trying to run, but you can't help it because you're trying to get away from the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell you to, I wouldn't be able to hold my hand out.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know.
Mm-mm.
He's saying, where are they at? Where are they going to attack next? This is when you find out these Scar people be attacking the wolf people. Yep. And that's why the wolf people be killing up all the Scar people.
Yeah, we had it twisted.
We had it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We thought they were
Scar people.
We thought they were innocent and peaceful
with their kids.
Yeah.
With their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he said it. He's like, you've killed our people. Well, you've killed our people.
Yep,
well, you've killed our kids. Well, you've killed our kids. He's like, we can go back and forth all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But where are they going to be hitting next? He's like, well, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? When Bernard went and heated up that pan a second time, and he went to turn around to say something, what did dude do? Put his other hand out. He knew then, ain't nothing I'm going to do. He's not going to tell me something. So he took out his gun and shot him.
You know what? That scene had me thinking of Till You Do Right. I was like, what are you doing? Until I really focused and it was the whole hand. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, you ain't going to get nothing out of him.
He said, burn up my other hand knee.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Here you
go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Now that lets you know he was died in that cult.
Tight-lipped.
I mean, he was in that cult.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but that one sentence said it when he said, every day, one of your people goes and turns their life over to the Seraphites.
Yes, he
But ain't
did.
no Seraphites trying to come and be no wolf.
And you know what, though? I said, let me roll that back. Let me see what he said. Because, I thought, okay. And he said, every single day, at least one of y'all comes over to our side.
Join us.
Yeah, join us. He said, so your numbers are dwindling. I thought, uh-oh. But they was... That was awful.
He went back and got the second pan, but he didn't know that dude was done. He's like, well, just go ahead and get over it.
In his mind, he said, I'm done.
I'm done talking to you.
Yep.
Just kill me. Come on.
Yeah,
he did.
Gonna kill me anyway.
And then there was 2 soldiers outside the room listening to all this. And the one little young was like, damn, this is too much. I can't handle this. Other one told him, just stand there and hush. And I was like, man, you might not want to protest too much.
Right.
But that was the one. That was the guy that Isaac saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was him.
And at first I was like, wait a minute, he looked familiar.
Okay. He said, Isaac know what he doing. That's what he said. Isaac know what he doing. And he just had that blank look.
He's numb to it by now.
And
I'm sure.
But what I thought at that moment was he is just as much a cultist as that Scar dude.
Right.
Same thing.
Well, fanatical. I'll say fanatical. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Each side
dynamics.
He's no better.
Yeah.
They're all doing the same thing to each other.
Yeah. Okay.
So then we get Dina and Ellie scoping out the building, and they see a broke out window. They say, okay, let's go in that window.
Now, wait a minute. First thing I thought was, didn't y'all get enough of that shit when y'all did that shit back in Wyoming? And that's when that one who was crawling all crazy. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, hit her ass.
Yeah.
But the point of them being in Seattle is to get the wolves. So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Now
they knew the wolves wasn't up there in that damn building.
Well, I would have thought, let's scope out the building a little bit longer. If we have to go in through the window, they probably ain't gonna be in there if we don't see people coming and going. But
first of all, they already seen that they had to go back down into the city, right? Why are you crawling in the damn window? So it's broke. Could have been broke by a clicker.
Yeah.
Anyway, they was on my nerves with that shit.
Well, it
already had like blood or something on the window too.
Did. There was blood on the window.
Yeah.
But I mean, that should have told you back in Wyoming. Should have told you they was not scared to do that.
I know, but still,
they do it all the time.
Yeah.
So
constantly rummaging around different places looking for stuff.
Now, my problem would have been I wouldn't have been able to get there.
That would have been my problem.
I'd have been like, you know what? I'm gonna be lookout on the street level.
You come unlock the front door for me.
Yes, I will, because my big ass would not have made it up to that second floor.
Or fit through that window without getting cut up.
Okay.
That's what I thought. They was going to scrape themselves or something. Yeah. And then the guys would come out.
Well, at the time they got there wasn't nobody there that was alive. So that, would have helped. But there's fresh blood. There's a freshly dead dude with all these arrows in him.
Yeah, he had about 8-9 arrows in him. And he did. And it looked, you know what? The operative word that you just said is what I thought. Fresh. I mean, he wasn't. It didn't even look like too much rigor mortis had set in. And I'm thinking, you know what? That shit just happened. Y'all need to go back out the way you came in.
Yes.
Well, remember the Scar dude that they were torturing? They said he killed somebody with arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's who that probably was.
It probably was.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was different people because they was doing a bunch of battling down when they were.
That's true. Could be.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even know that people was in there until they got there.
Well, but he looked awful freshly dead to me.
But that's what I thought. He was fresh. And the blood droplets were still fresh.
Yeah. They were still fresh looking. Still bright. Bright they were red. Still wet looking.
Right.
Yeah.
Honey, they get down to that main room.
I thought a Predator. Didn't you think a Predator?
Yeah.
Because he would hang them up like trophies. That.
5-6 people just strung up with their little intestines all
disemboweled.
out.
Yeah, disemboweled.
Right. Nasty.
And then there was all this writing up on the wall.
Yeah.
All that little symbol they saw. That symbol they saw on the road with the other what are they called?
Seraphites.
Seraphites. So that's when they put together, this is them people we've seen.
Yes.
Dead
that's when they put it together.
The road that did this shit to them.
But then here come the soldiers.
Oh,
here come the
oh man, people. Now this was really a good scene because it was really well intense.
Yeah.
Intense.
Oh my gosh. And how they got away from them.
I know.
Because there was a bunches of them.
There was no time to do anything.
No.
But duck down, basically.
Yeah.
They were on them.
Duck down. They were in 2 different places.
Yeah.
There were some stairs, and while they were in, and I think what helped was that it was dark.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know how they got to where they got, but that was good. Good that they were able to kind of sneak away to a different level, and only one person was there. So of course Ellie had to get that dude. And I mean, all them lessons with Jessie paid off because she
she did.
Yes, she
did. Him and was like,
yeah, don't let go.
By him.
Yep.
Then somebody was about to get her. Dina got that one, and then at that point, they had to run because the rest of them was running. Because there's about 5 or 6 of them.
Oh yeah.
But at that point, when Dina came behind that one guy who was going to shoot him, at that point, that's when Ellie started stabbing that one she had in the neck. Because I think she was trying to put him to sleep. You know how they put him to sleep and stuff, by cutting off their air. And I guess she thought, hey, I got to hurry up because she was stabbing him in the neck.
Now they know with the gunshot.
Yep.
Right. There's some people up here.
And that chase was something.
Wasn't it?
That chase was something. But
they get stuck like Chuck.
The best part, though, the best part is when they were
rock tunnels.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, but the best part to me
that either
was when Dina was counting how many clickers.
Yes.
When they start hearing that
moaning, groaning shit.
Oh my gosh.
Because at first I'm like, is she telling Ellie be quiet? Ellie is already quiet.
No.
But then she's like,
she was counting.
And wait a minute, when she got to 5 and she still had some more, I thought, you know what? Y'all need to go.
Get out
numbers.
Y'all need to get up.
When she got to 5 and then them bitches rounded the counter, I said, girl, that's way more than 5. That's like 50, 60, 70, 80.
Right.
That's when she was like, okay, it's too many.
That was something.
Oh, that was scary.
That was scary.
Like, how? I'm like, well, that serves them damn soldiers right. Because they shouldn't have been doing all that. First of all,
they got off. Yeah, they was setting off of flares.
It was the flares that got them going.
That woke them up.
Yes.
Yep. They were setting off flares all in there. There was at least 3 or 4 of them, and I thought, y'all stupid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because the soldier said this was supposed to be empty.
Yeah.
Because there's probably no activity until that warmth comes in or something.
Yeah.
Light and warmth.
Exactly. He woke them up.
God.
He woke them up.
Yep.
And then as they was running and like they had to get through that train, and that was probably a subway train.
Wow.
There was all kind of dead bodies and stuff up in there.
Right.
And I thought, oh, Lord, have mercy.
But
that was good. That was good.
Them suckers was not playing. They was trying to get in there and get them.
And they're getting faster and faster.
I feel like
it too.
That's what I thought. I thought, you know what? Come on now.
Mhm.
But when they made it out and they was running through like the subway station and they got over that one little dinky little fence, and I thought that little fence ain't gonna hold.
No.
You know, because it was dinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But what are those things called? Those
that turnstile thing.
Turnstile.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, somebody gonna get stuck on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna get stuck.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that was awful. That was awful. And you could tell how rusted it was because they had to really, you know.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that was awful.
When she turned around, that thing was coming. I was like, Ellie, shoot it. And she just put her arm out. I was like, well,
yeah.
That's all she could do.
Yeah,
that's all she could do.
That's all she could do.
Because she was shooting.
Well, because Dina was right there, so she was still trying to, you know, turn it.
It was just on her.
Yeah, like, so Dina could get in there.
It was.
Oh,
my God. That's what she could have done. She had to. And I kept thinking, oh, shit, Dina don't know. Dina gonna think she gonna turn.
I know.
Yes. Of course. Of course.
And Dina was looking at her crazy then. I was like, okay, now, Dina, you ain't got enough time to be looking at her. You just got to go for now.
Yeah.
Thank
Run
goodness.
for now.
Right. But when they got into that library and I felt sorry for Dina, though, because she didn't know. I mean, all this time they've been friends and everything. And see, Ellie didn't even tell her.
5 years.
No, she couldn't.
So, you know, I did feel sorry for Dina, though, because she didn't know.
I felt sorry for Ellie. Because,
I did too, for Ellie.
Yeah, I felt sorry for Ellie.
Don't shoot me.
I know you probably think I'm not telling the truth, but I'm immune. Yeah. I'm like, you got to be convincing Ellie because
exactly.
She wasn't talking fast enough for me.
Me too. That's what I thought.
I was like, you need to hurry up and get it out.
I'm immune.
Dina looking like she about to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Well, but I thought it was good though, the way, I mean, because she was trying to not be too quick or move too quick. You know what I mean?
Excitable.
And I thought it was really good when she said, okay, look, I know you think I'm just saying it, but I'm gonna go over here to this chair. I'm gonna go to sleep, and then you're gonna see, and you stay wherever you gotta stay with the gun. That's fine, but you're gonna see after a few hours, it's still gonna be me.
Yeah,
and you know everybody knew. Okay, it takes about a couple hours for that.
Yeah,
them to start turning. So.
But I thought you did pretty good. How are you doing pretty good about to close your eyes and go to sleep with this gun on you? Because
I'd have been talking the whole time. Okay, now look, let me tell you what really happened. Me and Joe, we don't go.
She didn't tell her that. You know, like
I said, let me go back to the beginning.
My mama happened was, let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
What happened was my mama was running.
But really, I thought she would at least tell her about the hospital incident. And that's why then people had me at the hospital, trying to see because I was immune and stuff.
Didn't try to explain
nothing. No,
and doesn't she have some scars on her?
Yeah,
she tried to cover up. Couldn't she show her those? Like,
well, she did.
Remember later?
Well, because later Dina realizes that's why you got that tattoo up your arm.
The tattoo and the burn.
Well, and she also said burn. So obviously Ellie burned it so it wouldn't look like a bite. Like she
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
say that.
Right. But at least now Dina knows though, which is good.
She was too nonchalant with it. I said, girl, how you sleeping right now?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, I mean, even though she doesn't turn this up, I'm sure it makes her like sick or throw up or something.
It don't.
Doesn't it?
But she's still taking for granted all this time. She's still immune. That immunity can wear off, and she's not acting like that.
But you know what? Evidently not, because she's still immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So evidently it don't work.
Things are evolving, but apparently not enough to where it changes her immunity.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I do understand she still had to remain calm for Dina's sake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought she handled it pretty good because she was not trying to make no sudden moves or nothing. And even when
it was funny when she woke up and she was trying to get the water off her face. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh,
And she went, wait. No,
Yeah.
that's just water on my face.
Yeah. But
I did laugh a little bit.
Me too.
it was great, that whole scene, like just the flashlight. You couldn't
Just
see
the light. Yeah.
That was cool. You could
That
see like the
was.
gun and the light, and it was
Yep.
just
that was it.
that was
Yeah.
That
really
was it.
well
That was
done.
yeah,
Mhm.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Dina didn't sleep a wink.
No, she didn't.
Bless her
No.
heart. You know her
Yeah.
ass tired.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tired. So then Ellie says, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you. And so she takes off her bandage, shows her the bite mark is still there, bleeding, but she's not turned. She don't have any, what do you call them, little veins?
The little
gangly
things.
Right.
Them bang things.
Mhm.
pores, whatever, on her.
Whatever they are.
Mhm. And then Dina finally puts the flashlight down and is just looking at her, shocked, crying, and she tells her, I'm pregnant. And then they start kissing and making out. Now, that to me was a little out of the rushed.
It was
was.
rushed.
Yeah.
It was
To
out of
me.
place.
It was rushed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
rushed out of
Rushed.
something.
Mm-hmm.
It was rushed, like it was too quick after that. But I guess they're trying to say she was so relieved. that
Well,
Ellie wasn't gonna
and they do have to
turn.
move the story along. So,
Yeah.
you
you
have to
know.
move it along.
Yeah.
She's so relieved that she's alive and she's not going to have to kill her. That she's just like,
Mhm.
look,
Mhm.
I'm preggo, boom. But it was the kiss after the prego part that got me. I was like, that.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, like what?
Whoa,
Wait,
y'all
huh?
moving quick.
Yeah.
I know. But I mean, they have to move the story along though.
Yeah,
You know.
and I guess if you was life and death, you got to move quick. So you
It's
know,
life
you
and
don't
death,
get ate
yeah.
up. You better
Exactly.
Anyway, so they wake up the next morning, and then that's when we get that explanation about the burn and the
Yeah.
tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she asked
But
her
she
about
never did tell her the one about in her side.
The one she cut? No.
On her
Just
stomach.
got. Yeah.
on her
Yeah.
stomach. And then I like this thing where the conversation about her being pregnant, like how do you know? Whose is it? And Tina looked at her like,
She didn't tell her. She didn't say whose is it, did she?
she's like, well, I'm assuming
Later
it's
on.
Jesse's.
She
Is
said,
it
I'm assuming
Jesse?
it's Jesse.
And she's like, is it? And Dina
Dina
looked
looked at her like,
Yeah.
bitch, are you
what
crazy?
you trying to say?
Yeah.
You gotta call me a trick hoe?
Yeah,
Exactly.
She was.
She was.
Screwing around
on
with.
the house.
Yeah.
Because she did say she circled back with Jesse. So
She
you
did.
know.
I told y'all that was the
Yeah.
told y'all.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
were right.
You were right,
LM.
LM.
You were right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cute though when Ellie says, we're having a baby. We're
Yeah.
having a baby. Well, us and Jesse too, but you know.
I'm going to be a
Right.
dad.
I'm gonna be a
Dad.
champion.
Yeah.
Mm,
That was
mm.
cute. What happened after that? Now my mind just went blank.
That's when they went outside.
They saw the fighting going on.
Right. They saw this smoke from this building. And
The
then she took her
bombing.
binoculars and looked and
Mhm.
it said, didn't it say WLF on it?
Yeah.
I heard
thought that
people
was
on the
earlier.
walkie-talkie.
Okay, I said that before.
Actually.
It was
Yeah,
the walkie-talkie.
Yes, they
walkie-talkie.
had that
Walkie-talkie.
radio.
Yep.
And
Yep.
she heard Abby's name.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or
bombing
Nora.
going
She
on
said
outside.
Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So they going there
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
by foot.
Oh yeah, and they had that conversation about
They're going to take them a
maybe
while.
Dina, you should stay here because you know.
Yeah.
And Dina's like, oh no,
Mm-mm.
I'm going. I'm going.
We knew she was
We came
going.
this
Yeah.
way. We going. Whatever
Right.
happened,
Together.
we're going.
Yep.
Together.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
She probably ain't going to make it.
Dina.
Well,
Mhm.
you know,
Probably by the end
whenever
of the
you
season.
have somebody you love in one of these shows like this,
Yeah.
I remember last year. I mean, we forget, or it's 2 years ago because it's been so long. What, the first 3-4 episodes, we met someone, they died. We met someone we loved them,
Yeah.
they died. We met another person, we loved them, they died.
Yeah.
The one that got me the most was the little boy.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
That did get me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, the one, well, Anna
The
Torv
love
was the first
story.
one. The love story.
The love story. That was a tough one.
That was sad.
That whole
one.
episode.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, that was sad.
Me in, and then they all just.
And then a couple more later was the little boy and his brother. And
the little boy got
both
me.
in the same episode.
Yeah.
The little boy and his brother. Yeah, that got me. That was.
So
sad.
that's what I was thinking. The whole little lovey-dovey stuff, and I was like, oh,
yeah. Dina ain't gonna make it.
Dina ain't gonna make it. Oh.
But I think if they're gonna keep up with the central theme of like dad, daughter, all that, maybe she'll make it enough to have the baby.
And then die right after.
Or something. And
she's probably going to die right after because they're going to be in Seattle.
Has to raise the baby.
Like in a dirty loft or something,
Well,
without no medical care.
Well, hopefully they're not stuck there for like 7 months or something.
Well,
true.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to mean they're going to be there for a while.
But it's going to take them a while by foot to even make it to that location.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. We don't know how long it's taken them to get to Seattle. I wish we knew how long they've been on the road and gone from Jackson. I would like to know if it take them 2 months. It was spring when they left, and it still seems like it's springy.
Right. But they were on a horse though, which at least would save them. Like that, like Abby's group, they was walking on foot.
Yeah,
so they had to stop more often. Where sitting on top of a horse, even though it's not galloping, but still you could go all day.
Yeah.
As long as the horse has some water and stuff, So.
Yeah.
Hopefully next episode we'll see Jackson and they mention how long.
Or something.
Maybe,
Yeah.
But there's no reason to really go there.
A month or something.
Well, yeah, because we still need to know their reaction of
Tommy and
that they're missing. Because far as we know, they don't know they're gone yet. Like we haven't seen their reaction to them being gone yet.
And that's one thing I did miss too about this episode. And that is, okay, we need to at least see somebody say, yeah, well, damn, I knew they was going to do that. But, oof,
Well, I want to know if they're going to send some backup for them.
Like one or two people.
They know where they're headed.
Yeah, one or two people. Because it's just them two leaving, so they could spare two people.
They could.
To go behind them,
And they know they're going to need some help in Seattle.
They will.
They need some backup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Jesse, Tommy.
We need to see
somebody.
Yes.
Somebody. Maria even.
Yeah, somebody.
Seth,
she
when
the mayor.
She
ain't
leg
going.
healed up. Yeah, I know Tommy might not. Tommy might go.
Jesse
would probably go.
Jesse would go.
Yeah. I think Jesse would go.
I want Jesse to at least know the baby.
Yeah.
But I don't know the way our luck is with these characters that we like. It'll be Ellie going back to Jackson alone, telling her, well,
oh my gosh,
what had happened was she was pregnant.
Well, your dad. That's
not going to happen till the last episode.
Here's your baby.
Here's your baby.
Yeah, if it happens at all.
Your baby.
So.
Right. Dina is gone. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was stressful. In places. Not like that horde episode, but
not like episode 2, but it was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Intense. Yeah.
There was a couple of
they're really
times, but
good with these damn special effects because them look real nasty and real.
And the sounds.
Sounds. Yeah.
Haunting.
We did have some feedback.
Okay.
Our first, hold on, make sure it's the first one. Yes. Is from Omar. Hey, Omar.
Hey, Omar.
Excuse me. Hey, sisters. It's Omar from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Kakalaki. I just finished the new episode of Last of Us, and here are my thoughts on it. Okay. Overall, I really enjoyed this episode, but for obviously different reasons. Getting Jeffrey Wright, who did the voice and motion capture for Isaac in the video game, to play the show version of the character was the best choice the show made for that character.
Wow.
That's cool.
Wow.
Okay.
that's really good.
I did see
That is.
a screen capture of his video game character and then him.
Well, that's really something to get the actual person
cool.
in the
Yeah.
game.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
He was terrifying but fascinating to watch on screen. That brother killed it as always. He's a great actor.
He's a good actor.
Y'all gonna make me go back and watch that Westworld episode where he finds out. Anyway,
Who he is.
that one was
all of his episodes was good though.
Yes.
Now, I liked it when he got in there and they thought they had everything. The little bad guy thought he had everything done. Bernard had his little pad and he's all up in there. Oh yeah. I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. The infected chase scene was also really scary to watch, but the worst part was when they got stuck in that door. And this show straight up had me thinking for a second that Dina was about to die. They had me jumping and screaming out of my bed. You're not going to do this here. You're not going to do this here.
I thought she was going to die too.
Really?
I did.
Yeah. I thought, now wait a minute. They can't kill her off like in episode 4 already.
This is HBO. They do what they want.
I know.
They sure do.
You just lost Joel. Why not?
Right.
I know.
Fuck y'all's feelings out there.
Yes.
They don't give a shit about y'all feelings.
Exactly.
They really don't.
Yeah, that's true.
I was getting a whole flashback to an 11-year-old me having to watch poor Noah get killed in a revolving door in season 5, episode 14 of The Walking Dead. Yes, I forgot about that, Omar. Oh, that was an awful, awful episode. It was good, but it was awful.
Okay.
In Walking Dead, there was also a revolving door, but it was like a glass one. He was a zombie, so he got stuck towards the outside and they got him.
Oh.
Yeah, they got him because he was like halfway in and the door wouldn't close all the way. And then there was another person on the closed out part watching it all happen. Yeah, that was a bad episode. And it was Everybody Hates Chris. What's his name?
I remember that episode. Yes.
Tyler Williams. What's his name?
Yes.
The boy who played Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't that was a sad episode.
That was, yeah.
Omar, you reminded me of that. Yes, I forgot about that. Revolving doors.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that episode since the day it aired and always skip it on rewatches because I had nightmares for days after seeing that. But lucky for me, that didn't happen. Maybe nightmares of going in a revolving door.
Yeah. I don't like them revolving doors.
Me neither.
Usually at a restaurant, when they have the revolving glass ones, they have like a regular door.
I go through the regular door.
I go to the regular door.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me too.
And it's probably because of the damn Walking Dead.
And then if you got some crazy friend that tries to go in there with you.
I know.
Yes.
I don't like that. No.
Doing like little baby steps.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Although the hospitals usually have those, but they're big. They're long.
They're big. They're
they're huge.
Yeah.
So those are different. But anyway.
But I don't like the hospital one either. Because there for a minute, or just 2 seconds, by the time it lines up, you're stuck.
You are.
Yeah.
You are. And then it, slowly goes. And I'm thinking, suppose the power goes off right then.
And just that second.
I would be fit to be tied. I would, hey, they'd have a busted ass door. Because I'm getting out.
That door is gonna look like the window Elle Dina crawled into.
And I'm not even a claustrophobic person, but I don't like that.
You must be. You must be.
Wow.
Oh gosh. But I remember those spindle things. I don't know if y'all had a zoo in your city, but the zoos, like the old zoos, had those spindle doors that you have to walk through.
Yeah.
And I was always like, what would happen if we got stuck in there?
I know.
Anyway. That's about it right now. Like I've said before, the next time you'll see me will be in the next feedback section. This is Omar signing off. Bye.
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you, Omar.
Thanks for writing in again,
Yes,
Omar.
thank you for
Yes.
writing in again.
Yes. Oh gosh. That's funny.
Made us remember some Walking Dead stuff.
Walking Dead shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, our next feedback is from Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Ooh, 3 weeks in a row. Hiya, sisters. Here we go again. Can't wait to hear your prophecies on this episode. Arf, arf. And it's a voicemail.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love it.
Hey, sisters. This is Sarah from the UK, leaving my feedback for season 2, episode 4 of The Last of Us. AKA, what the fuck is wrong with Seattle? I think I have to start my feedback by conceding defeat. The wolves that the Scars were talking about in the previous episode certainly seemed to be the group that Abby and her pals were going back to join. So big fat X for Sarah on that one. I do get the feeling, though, that we have got factions within factions.
Yeah.
So from the Scars, it seems that there are some that were kind of peaceful. We've got other ones stringing people up and disemboweling them and painting crap on walls in blood, so they seem horrible. We've then got Isaac, terrifying. Looks like he's in the wolves and corrupting innocent young men as he goes. I'm sure that's going to be horrific as well. Seattle just looks like a bloody horrible place to be.
Yeah.
The scene of Elle and Dina escaping with those underground trains and the tunnels gotta be right up there with the battle for Jackson that we saw in episode 2. The guitar playing the song, you know, that's going to have made me cry. It's not going to surprise anyone here. I do feel as if we're getting a lot of questions upon questions upon questions, mysteries upon mysteries. I don't know how many more episodes I can go where it doesn't start to do my head in, but for right now, I have faith in the writers and the showrunners and what they've delivered, so I'm just going to hold on tight and go along for the ride. Speaking of rides, you know, and Ellie getting it on, do you know what? I'll find some happiness in this world. What are the Fireflies always saying? In darkness, look for the light. I think they might have found it. However, as pointed out by you guys last week, I think it was, Dina's pregnant. Ish. Just what we need. Loving the show. Thanks for doing such a great job. I'll catch you all soon. Bye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah.
Taking a ride.
Taking a ride. And then the dramatic pause.
Yeah, that's good. That's
The
good.
pregnant pause.
The pregnant pause. That did remind me that on the walkie-talkie at the end, it was Nora that was on the walkie-talkie, and they said, she'll know where Abby is.
Yeah.
And that's
okay, you're right.
That struck a
Accord with
memory. Yeah.
She reminded me about the factions on factions, because then if we think about it, the people that we saw last week with the Scars getting killed were more of the peaceful kind.
They were
because
peaceful.
when they were walking, the dad was saying we're trying to leave the area where the war is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then this dude that Bernard was torturing was obviously part of the killer one.
The other one. Yeah.
So I think you're right. There's and then the wolves, we haven't seen yet, but it doesn't look like there's any people in Seattle. It's either
like
soldiers,
regular people.
Yes.
Yeah, like regular people. Like where's the regular people at? Are they all part
maybe
of the
we'll
wolves,
see it.
or
maybe we'll see it.
or what?
I don't know. Maybe they just all belong to a.
Could be, but maybe we'll see it though, because for now, I mean, this is day 1. That's the title of it.
Yeah,
true.
Where and they're on the outskirts of the place. So next episode they're going to be down in the town, or down in the city. So they're going to see some activity, like the soldiers or somebody
bump into somebody.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
a heck of a first day. Let's go.
I know.
Oh, geez.
I know.
How many days are there?
I know.
Right.
That's the title of the
Man.
episode, day
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Woo, that's too much.
Too much. Thank you, Sarah, for your
Thank you,
feedback.
Sarah.
Sarah.
And the voicemail in particular. Love it. Okay, our next feedback is from Jaden.
Hey, Jaden.
Hey, sisters. This is Jaden from Queens. Hope you're having a good day. Let's get into this episode. Number one, it was nice to see Elle and Dina have some downtime in the music store before shit hit the fan. When they got, and it was the shit emoji. That was so cute. With the little smiley face on it.
Yeah.
When they got to the radio station and killed the WLF soldiers, I thought you should grab one of their guns. An automatic rifle could be very useful.
Yes.
Thinking the same thing. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I don't
For
think they
their
had
guns,
time.
but also their uniforms, their clothes.
Now, that would have been good. But then
That'd be
they didn't
smart.
really have time because they didn't know how many others was
Yeah.
coming behind those two.
Mhm.
Yeah, they didn't
Oh,
have time to
yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been good,
Yeah.
though. They could have
Yeah.
turned around and started shooting.
Next
Number
time.
2. Excuse me, number 2. Dina is my girl, but she annoyed me and my mother this episode. Like, why would you start banging on the drums and you don't know if there's anybody around?
Now that
When they were
is
in the-
good.
That
Yeah,
is
sure.
true.
I thought the same thing.
Yes.
That is good.
Be quiet, you
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, during the chase scene, she kept stopping and looking back at the infected. My
She
mom
did.
screamed, "Why the hell does she keep stopping?"
She did though, because I was thinking the same
did.
thing. I thought, well, run. Why are you
Yeah.
looking?
When she was
Why
in
are
that
you
train,
Reflex. You want to see how close
How
they
far
are.
are they
from
away?
Do I need to run
Yeah.
faster?
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 3, when Dina and Ellie were having their spicy session, my first thought was, this can't be sanitary. Jaden. Ellie has blood and dirt on her hands and has the audacity to stick them inside Dina's lady bits. Are you trying to give her a UTI?
Jaden.
Jaden, we just have to let that.
Yeah, we have
No.
to
This is TV.
let it go. Yeah,
for
it's TV.
But
Oh my
I think someone
gosh.
else mentioned that on social media
Oh
about how dirty they must be.
Yeah.
And then them eating beef jerky or whatever they were eating to try to get
Oh,
the
yeah.
breath out.
There's
Like,
beef
that's the
jerky.
Morning
least-
breath.
Yeah,
They were like, that's the least of your worries. Morning
yeah,
breath.
that's the least of your worries.
Like, yeah.
Like beef jerky breath is any better.
Beef jerky on top
Although-
of morning breath.
I
Right.
love me some beef jerky, so but still, yeah, it would not be the best.
Lord.
The ending with Dina deciding she was going to continue the mission with Ellie was different from the game. In the game, Dina stays behind because she's dealing with the effects of the pregnancy. Oh, so maybe she's sick. Sicker or something.
Well, she did vomit again, remember?
She
in
did,
this
yeah.
episode.
Yeah, she did.
Morning sickness
Did.
is kicking her butt.
Mm-hmm.
She helps Ellie out by listening to the radio and marking the map, tracking the movements of the WLF while you play as Ellie. So I'm interested to see how this change is going to play out in the show. Also, I think it was Sister A who mentioned watching the show The 100 before. Yes.
All of
was
us
it me?
watched it.
No,
Yeah.
I
wasn't me.
didn't.
No,
Oh, it was me and Gay.
You didn't
Okay,
watch it,
yeah.
Sister A?
no.
I thought you watched the 100.
Nope.
Physical 100?
Physical
Oh,
100. Yes.
Oh, you're right. The 100 is different. I thought
It
Yeah,
is.
that's like the
physical
Roman
Yes.
like Roman stuff, I think.
Yeah.
No, the 100 is a TV
Is
show
Oh.
where it's a lot of young people on it.
right. But they
It was on
come
the
back.
CW
They
back
were
in the
like
day.
abducted, like alien abduction or something, and then they come
okay.
back. They all come back.
Oh,
No,
no, I never saw that.
the Earth was going through some kind of apocalypse. They thought
Something.
and they escaped to. They had a spaceship, and all these people escaped. And like years later, when the people whose kids are now grown that were up there that didn't have kids anyway, they decide to go back down to Earth to see if it's habitable because they're tired of living on the spaceship, and they find out, oh, we can breathe down here. Yeah, it is habitable. That's
Oh.
actually a pretty good series, but whatever.
That was okay.
Sorry, Jaden. I thought you meant the 100.
Yeah, I
physical
thought he meant the physical 100 too.
Okay, so let me start that over. I think it was Sister A who mentioned watching the show The 100 before. The actress who played Gaia is in here. Oh, yes, I remember that person. She's playing Nora, one of the wolves who went after Joel. Okay, we'll have to see.
Okay.
And Sister K, I'm still salty about that ending for Game of Thrones as well. Thank you. Thank you. It will forever be salty. I hope this wasn't too long because I don't want Sister J to cuss me out. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this episode. Have a great one, Jaden. Thank you, Jaden.
Thank you, Jaden.
No, that was okay length. Yeah, that was okay.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about from the 100. I stopped watching it after like the 4th season. So I need to go back and finish it.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good series.
I forget what season I stopped at, but yeah.
Yeah. That was back when TV had like 16 to 20 episodes a season. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of episodes.
No, nobody had buku episodes like Blacklist though. They had like
Thank
40
you.
epissodes a
That
season.
went on and
Thank
on
you.
too.
Oh, but you know what?
Please.
And I watched every single one
You sure did.
until the very last episode.
the
I
only
love
one.
James
You loved
Spader.
yourself some Red Reddington.
I love James Spader in
I
that.
I
like
love
him
James
too.
Spader.
You know what? That Red Reddington character was him. That was
Yeah,
him. He
yeah.
played the fool out of that character. I
Yeah,
tell
he
you,
did.
it was really good. Really
If
good.
only they would have fixed Keen earlier, I could have hung out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
Yeah.
Should have taken her
Oh.
out sooner.
They should've
Yeah,
taken
but
her out
after
way
she was
sooner.
gone,
In that
though,
way.
I mean, it was good. I mean, yeah, she was annoying and stuff, but there was so much more other than her too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you,
So-
Jaden.
Yes, thank you, Jaden. Our last feedback for the episode is from Ozzy John.
Oh,
Hey, Ozzy John. Hey, sisters. Here's my feedback for episode 4 of season 2, Last of Us. Cheers, Ozzy John.
Hey sisters, Aussie John here with feedback for episode 4, season 2, The Last of Us. Now, awesome episode, awesome action, and awesome plot revelations that happened. My only half quibble, and even then it's not really much of a thing, is in hindsight, would Ellie and Dina in the subway have been better off sneaking back up the hole they came in? Because even if the infected did see them, would they have been better off sneaking back? Even if the infected did see them, take out a couple in the hole and bang, you've plugged up the hole behind you and you can carry on. The only flaw is obviously if the wolves left a lookout waiting for one of them to come back out.
Yeah.
But my real reason for feedback this week is where half came up as a topic last week for half a second, but the classic ethics of a baby in the apocalypse. Because, sorry, Sister K, but I disagree with you here in that you need babies. You 100% need babies, especially if you're in a community, because why else are you bothering? We're all just going to die out of old age eventually. Why even bother? You might as well just walk out and get bit.
That ain't my problem.
Which brings me to my Ask the Sisters, Am I the Asshole?
Yes.
Last of Us edition question for you all.
Yes.
And that's regarding the ethics
He hasn't
of
asked it yet.
the need
Oh,
for all available ladies
Oh,
to
no.
have, even if it's only a few kids,
Asshole.
but just to be available
see, I told
to
you.
replenish the population as required, even if it's only a couple. You don't have to do a Duggars and pop out 20, but
What is
just,
this,
you
The
know, just-
Handmaid's Tale?
Right.
You had to be like the Duggars
Because-
and pop out 20.
at some point, especially if you have a bit of a horde run up against you and you lose a decent chunk of your population, at some point you need to rely on your own ranks to repopulate your community without relying on immigration. Or is that too much of a touchy current political subject. Anyway, that's me done. Aussie John out. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you, Aussie John.
Thank you, Auntie John.
Thank you,
feel like
John.
You already know the answer to your question, and you're just rage baiting us at this point. That's what I feel about your
baiting.
Am I the asshole question? Because
You have to ask.
already know what our response is going to be.
My God.
You know us well enough.
Yeah.
You know. And in case you don't, I'm going to tell you. It ain't my problem as a person if half the population is down and now we're running low on people. That ain't my issue. And what you mean? What's the point of having a community? So we can live,
Right.
boo. You mean we're not valuable as people unless we're popping out babies?
Oh my
Fuck them
God.
babies.
Oh my God.
Fuck them babies.
Fuck them babies.
Fuck them babies. Thank you. Fuck extinction. I don't care if we go extinct in 10, 20 years, because my ass be gone.
God.
That's for the other people to figure out. But
Oh
for
my
me,
gosh.
I
That's
ain't
not my
trying to have
problem.
no babies in this apocalypse.
That's not my problem.
Not my problem.
Not my problem.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
No, he did.
Oh my gosh.
No, he did that on purpose. He knew.
Oh,
did.
thank you, Aussie John. That was a good laugh.
Stirring the pot.
Like Sister J said, fuck them kids.
Yes.
Dina could have all the babies she want to have. I wouldn't be having nothing.
No.
First of all, no doctors, no
No.
hospitals, no anesthesia.
Critters and
That's what I'm saying.
crunchers
There ain't
and-
no medical care. No way. Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Who's making prenatal vitamins in the nobody?
Where's the diapers? Where's the formula? Where's the medicine?
Right. They're going back to cloth diapers and shit.
No. Where's the
No.
pain medication? That's fine.
Right.
Where's the epidural?
The epidural.
The epidural.
You
honey.
know, that shit hurt.
Thank you.
Next.
We dying out. If it's
Yeah.
on me, we dying out.
There'll be no more sisters, all
We
right?
going
That's it.
extinct.
We died.
We going extinct.
Peace. Doses. All that.
She said, deuces, we out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh, that was a good laugh.
We can take a poll. Hey, family, let Aussie John's rage bait ass know what you say.
Raise your hand if you
Give
want an
your
apocalypse
feedback.
baby.
Oh my
Raise your
goodness.
hand if you are volunteering to repopulate the fucking earth for humanity.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
apocalypse.
You
Yeah.
can't, we're the wrong ones to rely on.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
You're barking up the
Wrong
wrong
one.
tree.
Because we don't give a shit about what's going to happen in 30, 40 years.
Plus, we all would have died at the beginning.
Because we going to be gone. That's on y'all. That's on y'all.
we already established that. We
We can't even make it through a window. What makes you think we're gonna make it through
We're going to survive childbirth.
childbirth without an epidural?
That.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, I'll be good and good to
No.
even survive enough to make it to a fucking community like Jackson, Wyoming. I wouldn't even make it to Jackson. So it wouldn't even be a question for me.
Oh no, that was good. That's good. Thank you,
Oh,
Aussie
yes.
John. That
Thanks
was
for
good.
the laugh off Aussie
Yes.
John.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
I would like to see Aussie John ask his wife that question. And by the way, Aussie John, you still haven't given us no updates on that baby boy.
That's
yes.
right.
Why you
Speaking of
asking
babies.
us so foolish ass
Speaking of
questions?
babies.
Right? Speaking of your baby,
Yeah.
let's ask your wife what she would say.
Now we need some pictures. I bet he cute. I bet he cute.
He's cute. Very cute. Okay.
All right.
Thank y'all all for your feedback. Please send your feedback in response to those other questions to sistahspeak@gmail.com. We will play it or read it on the next podcast. Go to our website, sistahspeakproductions.com, and check out all the other things that we have to offer for all podcasts, shows that are coming up, our Patreon page where we have a lot of different content there that we don't share out here on YouTube. Be sure, and if you're not in our Facebook group, you might not have seen it, but thank you, Aussie John, for that segue, send in your Ask the Sistahs / Am I the Asshole questions by, I think it's the
20th, May 20th.
Oh, thank you, Sister J. By the 20th of May, because we are going to have a new Ask the Sistahs, Am I the Asshole podcast coming out shortly afterwards. So send us in your questions. It's always more fun when the family sends the questions in than us having to go and grab some.
And if you previously sent us in a question, we gave you advice or our 2 cents. Do send us an update.
Yes, we love updates.
Yes. We love updates.
Love updates. Love updates. And some of the Ask the Sistahs episodes are some of the funniest ones, I think.
Oh, they are.
Go check them out. The Am I the Asshole ones actually are on YouTube, so you can go check those out. Go to our main page and you can find those. I think we have a playlist with those in there. So
yeah, we do.
Check those out. If you want to find us on Facebook in our group, Sistah Speak Nation, we're also, again, our website, sistahspeakproductions.com, and our Patreon is patreon.com/sistahspeak. And of course, I'm sure y'all are watching us here on YouTube, but if you're not, if you're just listening, go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/sistahspeak, and follow and watch. All right, y'all, that is it for now. I am Sister K.
I'm Sister J.
I'm Sister LM.
And I'm Sister A.
See y'all next time. Bye.
Don't rely on the sisters for procreation.
Woo! We be running like hell.
And in case we weren't clear, fuck them kids. We out.